we go, jumping into the last game for the series with a draft that was unexpected, but leave it up to Alter Ego to do just that in Game 5 against Team Liquid.
You put all of your hopes into one last game here. All of your hopes into a Uranus. And I also question it a bit. Now, don't get me wrong. They have the Claude. They have Nino for a lot of damage. They also have Hijume. It's not like their damage chart is completely skewed. And I'm trying to think about this with the Consecration. You may be able to move around through Barbiel, through the Phantom Steed, and have some possibilities for these objectives. Do we agree? How does this exactly completely fall? There is possibility on it, but like they said, is it overcooked?
It's a bit too similar to what we were saying about OHEB being on the Claude earlier. Oh, wait. Both Flickers already forced out of the roamers, but going back, I guess one of the biggest differences, though, is that Arfi has been someone really reliable in terms of the laning. Whenever he gets his hands on even the marksman, even when he's not on the Freya, Arfi has been performing exceptionally well. So I think if it comes down to having to depend on Arfi, then Alter Ego would be in a rather comfortable spot, but that's considering that OHEB on this Esmeralda doesn't get to make things a bit too difficult for him too, but the way we're seeing it right now, he gets to freely cut the lanes as he wants, and a Flicker's forced out again from Hijume.
Yeah, you're able to go ahead and just kind of play into that, right? If you can get some of the pressure in the early game, that's kind of what we're seeing. We're seeing this push and pull, but TL wants to potentially make a play, knowing that Karl TZ is level 4 at Sanford as well, but they'll just go ahead and really start up this turtle. Again, Black Dragon form used just to keep Yasuke at bay, but is this going to be enough?
It's Yasuke who he's zoning out, and the shift, Phantom Steed into finishing off the kill for Yasuke. Karl TZ securing the turtle, and now they see Nino, but Nino too will respect, he will not commit anymore.
Yasuke just maybe didn't expect the damage to be so much. The passive was already on him from Sanford. The Cha was leaking away from him.
Yeah.
And Yasuke just walks right into it. Definitely a misplay this early in the game.
Yeah, there's something about Uranus junglers and them feeling a bit more softer than the typical Uranus that we see. Alec, though, gets stunned right under the real-world manipulation.
That is
unfortunate.
It's unfortunate because, again, as a Uranus jungle, what exactly are you going to be able to do against a Leomord type jungler and the rotation set up here?
And he gets set up into a somewhat burst damage coming in from both JP and Sanji. Not going to be enough to finish off the kill on Hijume, though.
At this point, we're already looking at the possibilities of Alter Ego on a clock, right? Looking for late game. I mean, their build was already kind of like that. You have the CC. You need to scale. You have Arfi on this Claude. You need to scale. They do have the Shred to deal with OHEB when he scales, but Team Liquid can just continue to push this aggression at this point. They have JP 1-0-1 having a much better game than we've seen before on the Khalid.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a tough start. It's a very tough start for Alter Ego Esports already.
Although this feels the most disciplined both of these teams have been entire series long.
Which is crazy because nothing too much has happened, but TL still built up a lead, nearly 2,000. Arfi's going through the same thing that OHEB had to deal with. And, you know, what I'm more interested in how Alter Ego is going to approach these objective fights because of the fact of, again, like we just saw from the last fight when that was started up, it was more of a zoning thing that was the problem. So they've really got to be able to rely on this lineup to kind of support that. Turtle's up, so is the purple buff. Yasuke might choose to just at least show face here, but I think this could just go over to TL. He's going to start as purple. JP gives that information, and that allows Karl TZ just to go ahead and secure the turtle.
I think it's a smart move from Alter Ego. You don't need to force it. You don't need to go too deep in. Alec now in a bad spot.
Yeah, you can't, because you'll get punished. You'll get chased by the Phantom Steed, by JP on this Khalid. And looking at it right now, though, Alter Ego might just want to fight. Flicker from JP. OHEB going in. Falling Star Moon already committed. He does feel the damage, though. So somehow, Arfi, that's why we were talking about him being someone you could depend on.
Nobody goes down just yet. With a 1.5k gold deficit, Alter Ego almost get a kill. They almost also lose one as well, but just from that fight, you can see that this is still kind of a tie game. Both sides having possibilities. Nice catch from Sanji.
And right now they're just playing pretty much that pressure game. You were not gonna, if they can cut you off from your lane or from your tower, they're going to go ahead and take down that space. And that's the problem I see with Alter Ego's lineup, the ability to actually hold things down, right? Like hold, because Arfi obviously is the one that wants to scale up and get to that point, but it's difficult for him. And so at some point he should be able to farm up a little bit easier. But right now, lane to lane, TL usually has the advantage here. Nino holding his own, that's the best he can do. I'm wondering if they'll actually want to fight into the next turtle. Oh, here's Arfi still dealing with that pressure.
There's a commit off top, but down bottom there is 1-2. Oheb cannot survive against 3. Hijume picks up the kill. Now Yasuke goes down though. Karltzy joining in this fight is not looking too good for Alter Ego. It's a double for Karl.
You know, every time that Alter Ego has lost so far, the last 2 times they've lost, Yasuke has had one bad game. I don't know if it's already written in stone, but 0-1 on a jungle Uranus doesn't feel too positive for Alter Ego Esports. Luckily, they do get the kill onto Oheb in the boss side, but Arfi is the saving grace right now. He's the golden ticket. We said it before about Oheb on the club.
Yep.
This time it's Arfi. This time it is Hijume. If those two can go deathless, then maybe there's a chance.
Okay, but they want to get the kill on Hijume now. Not enough to force out the flicker, but you know he's low, so this might be an advantage for Team Liquid. Alec trying to look for an angle here. JP going in as well. They're just exchanging pokes.
Yeah, it looks like they want to actually contest this though. Oheb's in position. We'll see what can happen here, but again, with everything available, there's a Black Dragon form.
Phantom Steed and the Black Dragon form, both used at the same time. Alec though has his eyes set on Karltzy, but that doesn't stop him from securing the entry. Alec with the flicker out, Raging Stab coming in 2, and Hijume with the Crimson Beacon. What can he do? He has his eyes set on Sanford. That's going to be the trade for Team Liquid as they're able to take out Alec, and they secure the objective.
Okay, so a 2-for-1, but the objective does go to Team Liquid, but even with the 2 deaths on Yasuke, we are starting to see him get a little bit tankier. Golden Wand does finally walk in, or Golden Staff does finally walk in for Arfi, but in the backside!
Karltzy will force the play in between the Tier 1 and Tier 2, and that seems to go ahead and stop some of that momentum that was trying to build up here for Alter Ego for now, but they can still make some. Oh, Nino?
Oh, that's a curtain call, and the Yo-Yo Blitz, JP and Karltzy. Still not enough damage though, coming in from Nino.
Oh, Arfi going toe-to-toe with Oheb in the boss side. Alec looking for the cutoff here. JP's gonna pull up though.
Okay, can Alex survive this? Still gets to return to the bush. Has a lot of ability too, so I guess he'll be fine. Not with the real world manipulation and the Phantom Steed committed to you though.
These fights are just, they're so interesting the way that they're playing out, because just when you think, you know, you're gonna find this kind of load time or a bit of a cooldown for both of them, they still are able to find, just like this Black Dragon form used. They just want to take this Tier 1 turret down to open up the map, and TL does just that.
This honestly feels the most macro Liquid has played in the entire series. They're just taking things one step at a time, always making sure that they commit their resources to take down or take away turrets from Alter Ego. And I feel like it's really working against this team who you're so used to seeing always just brawl it out.
Well, the thing is Alter Ego Esports in the past 4 games has been able to brawl it out, and it forces Team Liquid to brawl back with them. It forces them not to be, you know, not to be macro efficient. But the thing is Team Liquid this time, they're in control of the game. So yeah, they can go back to being regular old, oh, we'll take towers, we don't need to rush things, we're comfortable. When you have a lead like this early on, and Alter Ego has a Uranus jungle where you can't force fights, that's why we're seeing this.
Maybe they tried earlier, actually, but you see the damage that Liquid has, and they can deal with him immediately. Now, speaking of damage, Karltzy versus Nino. Nino has a slight advantage in this, as we're seeing right now, but with Sanford flying over him, Karltzy gets to run away safely. Oh!
Hey, whoa, they
boss side!
JP and Karl! Karltzy, could he actually get out of this? That's the real world manipulation used for Hijume, just so he can save Karltzy. Falling Star coming in from Oheb. Now there's a knock-up 2 coming in from Sanford. Hijume finally goes down in the hands of Oheb, and Liquid might go for the re-engage.
But with that, Alter Ego can't start up the Lord, so they chose to continue the fight. They lose Hijume, and he's an integral part of this compositional work. So it's back to it. Again, TL still maintaining a lead. They'll get back in position here to potentially force this fight around the Lord. Now for Alter Ego Esports, they're starting to get the hang of things here with his composition. Nino is a threat, and he is trying to do his best here, and that's why they're going for him.
Yeah, they're gonna try and focus down on Nino, but he gets tied with the curtain call. JP, can he survive this?
Yasuke able to put on more damage, but RP's locked on to JP.
JP doesn't live. Now that's one member down for Liquid, and Alter Ego gain control of the objective. Sanji does have the real world manipulation. Alec trying to zone out everyone as much as he can. OF doing the same, but he's starting to feel the damage from RP. Phantom Seed from Carl. They're gonna focus down on Alec first.
But the Lord is still in the hands of Alter Ego. Carl TZ now making his way in.
Okay, Kyle TZ in range. Sanford already using Black Dragon 4. He's on to 3 members of Alter Ego. Can he take down Hijume? That is gonna be the real world manipulation. Finally finishing off the kill. Carl TZ versus Nino with vengeance. Carl TZ wins!
And Carl TZ is gonna have to run from Yasuke.
Okay, that's the Phantom Seed, additional movement speed. Now he's up against RP though. Can Sanji save him from this? It's a no! BMI used just to escape RP. Doing phenomenal job at saving Alter Ego in this game. Yasuke, can he still live? OF trying to go after the chase. JP slowed down. OF still going for it.
RP able to still BMI away. Yasuke looking for the re-engage.
Oh, he's so tanky. And RP finally getting the job done. Sanji with no mana. It's only OF now.
And that's why you took the Uranus jungle, I guess, but it's working out for Alter Ego Esports as they look to take the Lord here.
We're back in it.
Not under their watch. Sanford still trying to fight. Blazing 2 with so much damage though. It will be enough to deal with the 2 sides.
Arfi is on fire right now. I know the KDA is only 009, but the clock was ticking and 10 minutes are up. Yasuke is practically unkillable, and as long as Arfi and him are together, it is a dynamic duo.
Ooh, what a turn of events here. And with everything that happened in the early and mid game, Alter Ego brings things in their favor. And look at this, again, Arfi, like you mentioned, Trex, I mean, he's on fire, he doesn't have many kills, but it doesn't matter. He's able to go ahead and pump out the damage. He's got all the assists in the world that he needs here, and that just might be the play. Plus the fact that Hijume is stacking up on this Sky Piercer. Now you get a Malefic Gun, they want to force a fight here on the bottom side.
You want to go for OF now, that's a real world manipulation, though dealing so much damage. JP going in with the Raging Sandstorm, now forced to flicker out just to survive. Sanford 2 helping in this defense up against the Lord. That's a critical coming in from Nino 2, tying JP and Sanford together.
All right, Lord able to move on to base. Alter Ego this time play it safe, get out of their face, and move back to safety. Alter Ego playing it clean.
Okay, looking to still put pressure. They'll get a tier 2 in the mid. They've cleared out a lot of real estate on the map for Alter Ego. And now, maybe for the first time or second time in this game, TL has their backs against the wall with this kind of composition to deal with. It makes you think, again, this Uranus jungle is able to just go ahead and play up front and provide information alongside Alec here, which gives that space to Arfi and Hijume. And so TL's got to solve that. How do they approach these fights and get some control back into the game?
There's no Shredder.
I mean, a lot of it's going to come down to utilizing this RWM correctly.
Okay.
Nino?
Oh, Nino in a bad spot.
Vengeance.
Get out of that. Now they're being surrounded by the members of Alter Ego. Alec coming in from
RP.
behind. JP brought back. They're trying to run back to their base, and they successfully will.
There is just so much tankiness on the side of Alter Ego Esports, and Team Liquid has essentially no shred. They took the risk, right?
Yep.
They don't pick up a marksman. The panel was talking about it a little bit. There was definitely some worry. The saving grace was, oh, they went for Uranus, but now that Yasuke is online, now that Alter Ego Esports is online, you're right. How does Team Liquid approach this? They have to look for angles. They have to look for a big steal, something. But it is a tough pill to swallow.
They have to land those small opportunities, those stuns that they have, those petrifies, or even the crowd controls from JP. Because RP, it's not like he's on Purify anyway.
Yeah.
But then after that, what's next? Because you have to deal with these multiple tanky heroes of Alter Ego, and
I mean, Arfi just got Malefic Gun as well, so he's got more range. He's able to snipe from, he's able to attack from an even farther away. He doesn't really need the Purify. There's, other than the Petrify, he's good, and he can BMI away from that. You know, he has ways, at this point, Arfi's a hard one to catch.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to make that happen. Again, you know, it's about the space that's provided for Arfi. Hijime, like I said, is going to be an issue as well for TL, especially when they try to approach some of these fights. And you know, you mentioned it, Brigitte, they don't exactly have someone to shred through some of this tankiness. I mean, brute force now for Hijime, making him even more difficult to kill, especially when he pops the beacon here. So for TL's lineup to work and then get through a winner crown, these are key big item pickups. Nino, though.
Okay, now Hijime going into
Beacon.
with the Crimson Beacon, trying to look for someone to set up, but he gets to dodge the Raging Sandstorm, and now they're on to Sanji. Sanji, he cannot survive this dive coming in from Alter Ego. Sanford 2 separated from the rest of the team. Now they're on to Alec. They're going for the chase. Carlteasy can actually finish off the kill, but now on the other side of the map, the Apex Predator will have to be the sacrifice.
With Sanford gone along with Sanji, yes, they find Alec, but Arfi should be able to move on to this Lord quick. Will Team Liquid try to go for a steal? It's getting bursted down too fast.
Too fast right now as Alter Ego has control. TL shows up way too late, and JP tries to get away. They're gonna have to disengage. This is not a fight they want. Oheb will jump on forward, but still they need to reset and get ready for this Lord push from Alter Ego.
It's all gonna be about how Alter Ego approaches this base. One of the major faults we've seen from Alter Ego over this M7 is overstepping your welcome, making one false move to throw a game, and if you know the Philippines, they're always watching for that one small mistake. Alter Ego has to be meticulous when they enter this base.
They're gonna have to go ahead and buckle in here with this kind of lineup. Not the best clear in the world. They're gonna rely on the RWM2. A conceal's gonna be used. Lord makes the way top. Here comes the push into the base.
Yep. Phantom Seed already committed. Alec and Yazuke getting damaged by just a bit. Now Liquid will have to focus on the Lord. Falling Star Moon doesn't connect onto anyone. They have to split themselves up in order to take care of what needed to be taken care of. Now Liquid are somehow still in the game.
They're still in it. They clear things out. They lost the base turret up top. Bottom is nearly down too. Alter Ego Esports, they're showing the discipline.
They are, and they get the top inhibitor, which is huge because Lord's gonna spawn up on the bottom side. So now, not only do you have this frontline advantage, but you have a macro advantage. And there is some risk to not trying to force this over, but with the lineup they have, in my opinion, at this point in the game, it is a cleaner lineup. So now they just have to have faith in their lineup, and as long as they play smart, the game could fall into their hands.
Well, right now, Alter Ego Esports not giving them much of an opportunity to do that. Some of these defensive items coming into play now too. Alec rocking that immortality. He is tanky enough, and just he'll sit on this side of the map, allowing the rest of Alter Ego to make moves elsewhere. You look at the items here specifically, again, with Arfi building up, he's exactly where he needs to be. Even Hijime. I don't know how many stacks Hijime actually has on this Sky Piercer, but he is a problem because the innate tankiness, he does go ahead and switch things out. Picks up the Lantern, so a Chastised Pauldron now too for Yazuke. So that's the problem, man. There's so much tankiness in their ability. There we go, 31 stacks here on, and that's great because that's a threat enough even when they force these fights.
I'm wondering how I feel though about the Cell and dropping the Brute Force Breastplate. Yes, your front line is tanky, but there's some risk reward there, right? You go for a bit more damage, you give up the possibility that Sanford or Carlteasy are gonna jump on you, and that could be the survivability. Let's see how it plays out though. Arfi!
Oh, they catch Arfi. Can Carlteasy actually find him? No! The BMI was available. Now it's Sanford trying to go on to him. The Petrify lands, but there's a Winter Crown available. Sanford might just get punished here, and he does! Hijime, killing spree. It's a double for him too. Real run manipulation used just to save the game as much as they can, but it's gonna be a triple for Hijime!
JP and Sanji are the last ones defending. It's 5 against 2, and the minions down the bot.
There are minions down bottom. Everybody from Alter Ego's low. BMI available. Winter Crown again. Yazuki finally going down. Alec has to play this safe. Hijime though, very aggressive, diving in. JP2 sacrificing his life. The base is within reach, and Alter Ego might just make it happen, but they cleared a wave.
It's too much time. That's it.